Hey, it's Hayden Smith here with Smith Motor Company, and I have all of our shallow water solution motors lined up in a row for you guys. This is a first time ever full comparison of a Jet, a Freedom Outboard, a Gator Tail, and a mudbuddy 5000. So I'm going to walk through and tell you a little bit about them, give my personal experience with each motor. It's going to be a little bit biased, you know, I mean, going off my personal experience, but I can give you some pros and cons of each one. Jets. So the Mercury 6040 Jet, this is actually a 60 power head with a jet pump. You lose about 20% of your power. That's how we come up with the 40 horsepower rating. This boat on a it's a 16-foot VJST. We're getting 30 miles an hour out of them. They will run in very little water. What they don't like is a lot of floating debris. So this is a great river boat, something that you can run the sandbars in, not necessarily what you want to take in the duck woods. Freedom Outboards, the new kid on the block. This is a closed loop system, water cooled outboard. It's perfectly quiet. The cons on this motor are yet to be determined, really. I mean, it seems like the ultimate solution for every issue. You know, Brandon and them have done a lot of torture tests of these motors. They really haven't had any failures. It's an outboard that wants to do mud motor stuff. So, you know, as far as floating debris, grass, mud, it's here to take on pretty much every job. It's going to have instant torque, instant throttle response. You do have to buy a hydraulic kick and jack with these motors, which brings the price up more than a standard surface drive. So this whole rig right here sells for $28,900 in a 60 horse. But a motor we're really excited about here at Smith Motor Company. Gator Tail 40XD. This is the tried and true here. I mean, these motors have not changed a whole lot. Running the Vanguard 40. Well, they do have some issues. Chafed wire, broken throttle cables when it freezes. These motors really get the job done. It's something that, it might be a little slower. You might run 28, 30 miles an hour tops in one of these, but it's gonna get you there, and there's a lot to be said for that. This boat in a 17-foot sells for $24,900, a little bit cheaper than the Freedom. So this is a mudbuddy 5000. This motor is built by mudbuddy. It's built up a little bit. It's got some performance mods. It's got a little bit more aggressive cam. Gonna be pushing right at 50 horsepower out of this motor. It's gonna price out pretty close to where the Freedom price is, maybe a little bit less. So I'm actually going to crank each one of these motors, rev them up, let you listen to them. And hopefully soon we will get an on-water test between all four of these options. Alright, so here we go. mudbuddy 5000s. I'm going to crank it and give my opinion on the sound. Mudbuddies do have a bump forward button, which is really nice. Trim, forward, neutral, reverse. Alright, let's see how she sounds. Nice lope. Sounds really good. You got to see the red line on the motor there. I had that on the tachometer for you. Nice finger guard. Aluminum, by the way. Looks like plastic. That's aluminum. Gator Tail 40. Sounds good. Doesn't have quite that low end lope that the 5000 has, but that's to be expected. You know, it doesn't have that more aggressive cam. As far as noise wise, maybe at idle the Timber King 5000 maybe a little bit quieter. I don't really think there's a huge difference when you rev it up. They're pretty loud. Alright, going on to the Freedom. This motor in the water is almost perfectly quiet. You know, with the exhaust out of the water, it is going to be a little bit louder than it would be in the water. If any of you guys have ever ran an outboard on muffs, you'll know what I'm talking about. Power jack plate. Even with the exhaust out of the water, this motor is so much quieter than the surface drives, it's incredible. Now I can't crank the jet. It is water cooled and there's no water here. So this is the only motor here I can't crank, but y'all have all heard a 4-stroke 40 or 4-stroke 60. It's very quiet. The jets are a little bit louder than standard outboards because that jet pump makes some noise. It kind of sounds like a jet ski, honestly, which it kind of is. These have been really reliable for us. We haven't had many issues at all. You know, they're a lot of fun to drive. They slide a good bit because there's no skeg. You know, the pickup for these motors is almost even with the bottom of the boat. So really, sky's the limit on where you can go in these things. I mean, there's some video out there that I might add on the end of this, running the jets. It's pretty cool. By the way, all of our jets come with the advanced jet jack. That's a manual setback specifically made for jets. You know, you can't run a 6-inch setback on jets because they don't run well far away from the transom. They're very finicky. So this allows you to adjust, you know, a 1/16 of an inch at a time to find that perfect motor height, because it really matters with the jets. So again, my name is Hayden Smith. Our website is smithmcmarine.com. If you need something to get you back in that hard spot, man, we got it. You know, we really have everything here that you could dream of for a shallow water boat. Pontoon boats, regular outboards. We stock about 130 to 150 units. Aluminum bay boats. You want it, we got it. Hayden Smith, 601-408-8898, smithmcmarine.com.